All right.
Most nights, yeah.
So, just let's provide a quick summary of the unit so we can recap all the things that we've gone through here. So in 7A, we really summarised the rules of integration that we learn in methods, and the only extra rule we learn there is the integral of ax plus b to the power of minus 1. Alright, so we have ax plus b to the power of minus 1, the integral of that is 1 on a ln modulus of a plus b, and then plus c at the end. So that's the extra rule we learn in there. Other than that, just methods rules. And then we also learn in there like how to integrate sine squared, all right, by doing the double angle formula substitution. All right, so that was a rule that we learned in there. But other than that, just a recap of method stuff. In 7b, we do the integrating to the inverse trig functions. So that's when we're doing the integrals of, like, for instance, 1 on the square root of 1 plus x squared, and those kinds of things. Now, we proved those formulas. We proved them at the start of that exercise, and we proved them using a process called implicit differentiation. And so the proof of it is not going to be in the test. Okay? And if you've been looking at the exam question booklet, you see there's quite a few questions in there that involve this language. So that's in the next unit that you do that. It's not a particularly challenging skill, but it's just a link between, it's how we arrive at those rules. So yeah, so that's you won't be required to prove them, but you will be required to integrate to them. So there's a hint. Any questions in the exam booklet that have implicit differentiation, you won't need. Integration by substitution, so that's where we use u and we integrate with regards to u. Integration by parts, so the formula for integration by parts, so these being two integration techniques. Then in 7e, we have area between functions. Again, this is a skill we learned in methods. The only difference is maybe there's more complex functions that we're performing the integral of, and we sometimes need to use these techniques to do so. 7f, we're just rotating functions around the x and y axes and finding out how much volume does it generate. And then in 7f2, we're rotating an area bound by two functions. All right, so for example, here's a function and here's a function, and if we rotate that area that's made up of those two functions around the x-axis or y-axis. All right, so that's a summary of the unit. As far as our revision goes, we've got, again, there's heaps of stuff. Review sets, tests. So I think I've given you the 2019, 2020 and 2021. Now there is a 2020 practice test, so I can print that one. That's like a different test again. And there's 2018 and 2017 if you want to have a look at them. You've got a copy of this, and I've uploaded the solutions just now. So they're ready to go. So, what half of the booklet should you do? You should do both. So I've pulled 2 questions out of this booklet for the test, and they're in the booklet somewhere. So yeah, there's lots there. If you do it, then you will have done them, but there's a lot of questions to do, so that's worth doing all. All right, so here's the test. Handwritten, 1-page handwritten notes, graphics calculator. So the marks, I added up them with 39. So I've written the test and I added up 39, but it may change plus or minus 2. Probably, yeah, plus or minus 2. And so I'll give you 55 minutes to complete it. All right, so any questions about content or revision materials or the test? No, fantastic. All right, so I'll stop there.